The floor is stone and it's soaking. You know this because you're barefoot. Your feet have been numb for 3 days, but you still feel the cold cutting through. It's a cold that travels up your ankles, settles in your shins, moves into your bones like it belongs there. You're in a cell, 2 meters by 3. No window, the only light leaks from underneath the wooden door. You're 17 years old. Tonight, they're going to burn you alive. Not metaphorically, not a turn of phrase. Tying wood at your feet, tying you to a post, and lighting it on fire. 400 people are going to watch. Some will applaud, the priest will pray. You will feel everything, every single second. Because burning isn't like the movies. In movies, it's fast. In reality, it's not. It takes a long time. We're in 1587. The place is Bury St. Edmunds in England. You don't know exactly what day it is because nobody told you. Days in here all look the same. Darkness, stone, cold. The sound of your own breathing. You've been locked in for 11 days. 11 days since Elizabeth Barker, your neighbor, told the magistrate that she saw you talking to yourself in the yard, that you were muttering strange words, that her cow stopped producing milk the next morning. You weren't talking to yourself, you were singing. A song your mother taught you when you were 5 years old. A song about harvest and rain, but Elizabeth didn't hear a song. Elizabeth heard witchcraft. Cohened, in a town where 3 women have already burned. This year, witchcraft isn't an accusation, it's a death sentence. The trial lasted 2 hours. You had no lawyer. Witches don't get lawyers. The magistrate asked you 3 questions. First, do you have a familiar, a cat, a raven, a toad that does what you tell it? You said no. They didn't believe you. Second, have you cursed anyone? You said no. Elizabeth said yes. Her word matters more than yours because she goes to church every Sunday and you haven't gone in 3 weeks. Third, do you repent? You didn't answer. Your silence was recorded as a confession. The water test happened the next day. They tied your thumbs to your toes, threw you in the river. The logic is simple. If you float, you're a witch because pure water is rejecting you. If you sink, you're innocent. You sank. They pulled you out. You were nearly dead. You coughed up water for 20 minutes. It didn't matter. The magistrate had already decided before the test. The test was just for the crowd. In your cell, you count the stones on the wall. 112, you've counted 6 times. You get the same number every time, 112 stones and a wooden door between you and 400 people who want to watch you die. You think about your mother. She died when you were 14. Childbirth. The baby died too. Your father left you with your aunt. Your aunt put you to work on the Barker farm. Elizabeth Barker. The same Elizabeth who now says you're a witch. You worked on her farm for 3 years. You milked her cows. The same cows that supposedly stopped giving milk because of your witchcraft. The sound of footsteps. The door opens. Light blinds you for a moment. 2 guards. A priest. The priest is around 50. Gray-beard eyes that don't look at you. He looks at a point above your head while he talks. He says it's time. He asks if you want to confess. You don't answer. He asks again. You tell him you did nothing. He writes something on a paper, probably refused confession. More evidence against you. They lift you up. Your legs barely work. 11 days sitting on cold stone, your muscles have withered. You walk, but it's more like dragging yourself. The guards hold you by your arms. The hallway is narrow and smells like mold and urine. There are other cells. You don't know who's in them. You hear someone crying behind a door. You don't look. The outside door opens and air hits you. Fresh air, night air. It smells like wet earth and smoke. There's already smoke. They've already lit the torches in the square. The sky is dark, moonless, full of stars. You look up for a second. This is the last time you'll see stars. The square is packed. 400 people, maybe more. Men, women, children. There are children sitting on their parents' shoulders to see better. There are pie vendors along the edges. People are laughing. This isn't a funeral. This is an event. This is entertainment. You're the entertainment. The post is in the center. Oak wood thick, driven into packed earth, around it a stack of wood and straw. The wood is dry. You know this because you hear it crackling in the wind. Dry wood burns faster. Green wood makes more smoke. When the wood is dry, you feel the flames before smoke suffocates you. When it's green smoke kills you first, dry wood is considered more cruel. They chose dry wood, they tie you to the post. The rope is thick and rough. It cuts into your wrists, your arms, your waist. You can't move. Your feet are on top of the wood. You feel the dry branches piercing the soles of your bare feet. The crowd goes silent for a moment. The priest walks over. He makes the sign of the cross, praying. He recites a prayer in Latin. You don't understand Latin. Almost nobody in the square understands it, but everyone bows their head. The executioner approaches with a torch. He's an ordinary man, could be a farmer, a mason, anyone. In England, in 1587, the witch burner isn't a professional. He's a volunteer, someone who offered to do it. He holds the torch in both hands. The fire is orange and casts dancing shadows on the walls of the houses around the square. Crutching, he touches the torch to the straw. The straw ignites instantly. A dry crack followed by a hiss. The heat reaches your feet first. It's not burning yet. It's like standing close to a fireplace. Warm, then very warm, then unbearable. Here's what happens scientifically. The fire starts at the base in the straw and the small branches. The temperature there is around 300 degrees Celsius. Your skin starts reacting at 50 degrees. Pain starts before any visible damage. Pain receptors fire at maximum capacity. Your body releases adrenaline, but adrenaline doesn't stop fire. Your feet burn first. The skin swells, turns red, and starts bursting into blisters. You scream. Everyone screams at this point. There are no exceptions. The fire rises. It follows the wood. Flames wrap around your legs. The temperature is climbing. 400 degrees, 500. The fat under your skin begins to melt. That's what creates the smell. Prayed the smell people in the square will remember for the rest of their lives. It's sweet and metallic at the same time. It's the smell of human tissue burning. Nobody forgets. The smoke is in your lungs now. Wood smoke contains carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and fine particles that destroy lung tissue in minutes. If you're lucky, carbon monoxide will render you unconscious before flames reach your torso. Cut. If you're not lucky, you'll be awake when fire reaches your abdomen, your chest, your tied down arms. You're not lucky. The wood is dry, the fire is fast. The smoke isn't dense enough to suffocate you first. The total time between the torch touching straw and losing consciousness is anywhere from 4 to 15 minutes. It depends on the moisture in the wood, wind, direction, the amount of fuel. Today, the wind is weak. The wood is dry. You'll probably stay conscious for 6 to 8 minutes. Clee. 6 to 8 minutes feeling your body burn from bottom to top. 6 to 8 minutes hearing the fire and the crowd. The crowd isn't silent. Some pray, some weep. Some watch with their mouths open. Some turn away. The children on their parents' shoulders have wide eyes. They don't understand what they're seeing. They'll understand later. They'll have nightmares. But right now, they just watch. Sometime between the 4th and 7th minute, you stop screaming. Not because the pain stopped, because the heat of the air you're breathing has damaged your vocal cords. Air inside flames can reach 600 degrees. Breathing that air destroys your trachea and bronchi. You can't scream anymore. You can't breathe anymore. Your body is still alive. Your heart still beats, but your lungs don't work. Losing consciousness happens from a combination of shock, carbon monoxide poisoning, and respiratory failure. You don't feel when it happens. Kind second, you're there feeling everything, hearing everything. The next second, you're not. You're 17 years old. You sang a song your mother taught you in the yard. You never owned a black cat. You never cursed anyone. You never did anything except exist in a time when existing as a poor, solitary woman outside the church was reason enough to die burning. Between 1400 and 1750, an estimated 40,000 to 60,000 people were executed for witchcraft across Europe. 80% were women. Most were between 14 and 40 years old. Most were poor. Most lived alone or were widowed. Most had nobody to defend them. Their crime was existing in a way that made their neighbors uncomfortable. The wood takes about 2 hours to become ash. The square empties gradually. The pie vendors collect their stands. Families take their children home. The priest leaves. The guards stay until the fire dies. Tomorrow morning, someone will sweep up the ashes. Life continues. The cell will have another person next week. You left nothing behind. No records, no gravestone, no document with your name. The only people who knew you existed were the 400 who watched you die. And within 50 years, all of them will be dead too. And you'll be as if you never existed. 17 years. A song and fire. If this video puts you somewhere you never want to leave, subscribe. Here we tell history the way it was lived, unfiltered, without mercy. Just the truth from the inside.